Niles, defensively, what needs to be better than what you guys showed against Wake Forest?
I would just say execution. That would be just the big thing there. Yep.
And then when you have a game like you did on Saturday, how eager are you to bounce back and say, let's just be better than what we were last time out?
It's never about being just better than we were last time. It's about being the best that we can. So I feel like every game, good or bad, indifferent, we always turn on the corrections and figure out how to make it better on D-line, linebackers to safeties and corners.
And then how frustrating is it to have a game like you did Saturday where you guys had been on such a roll and playing so well defensively and then maybe take a step or two back against Wake?
We didn't really harp on it too much. How I explain it? We knew like the tangibles of, Coach Elko just leaving that program and things like that. Like literally, like it was some place where like they knew who was coming, and like before we even lined up, they're like, "Hey, Ford's coming." I'm just like, "How did he?" So we were dealing with that too. But then also, we didn't. There's no point of us harping on things that we can't control, things that happened already. Like I said, we just went through the corrections and we moved on.
Niles, I'm going to take you away from the defense a little bit here, and if you could maybe give me some impressions of where you think Brandon Wimbush has improved through the year. What have you seen? The sacrifices he made last year, running the prep team and things like that.
So you want to know about last year or this year?
Last year and this year.
Okay. Last year, Brandon was on scout team, but he wasn't just there just to fill a role. Like he was there with a purpose. He was there to improve himself. And he's always steadily improved himself, just like we all are. But and then in translation to this year, Brandon has really improved with his passing efficiency. And from what I can tell, how well he's throwing the ball, just how well he's putting the ball in the right position for receivers to catch it. Not just making a throw, but throwing it to where they can only get it and only them. And that's what I've seen from Brandon Wimbush.
Niles, you guys have had the top 15 matchups, so you're used to games like this, but not necessarily on the road. How do you guys figure to just handle a different atmosphere, just being away here from South Bend?
Was MSU ranked?
What's that?
Was Michigan State ranked? Not at the time? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that doesn't matter.
What comes to mind for you when you do think about the Notre Dame-Miami rivalry overall?
I think that, the rivalry is really embedded. Really, it's been before I was born, probably before some of you guys were born, like you, not praying at y'all. But, yeah, I mean, hey, it's true, I'm sorry. But overall, I just feel like that just brings more into, the hype of the game. But it has nothing to do with us. We're just, because our motto on defense is nameless and faceless. So, all that stuff's cool and everything, it's all glamorous and it builds more hype and more attention, but, we're just worried about winning the game.
And in order to do that, what are sort of some of the things you see from Miami's offensive standpoint?
They have good athletes in space, receivers, running backs, good quarterback who can run as well. So if we can take away the things that they do well, which is, nice pass game, okay run game, we should just be just fine.
Niles, when you watch tape of Miami, I'm curious if it's broken down by game. Did they look like a completely different team last Saturday night against Virginia Tech, which was their best performance of the year, versus maybe what you saw on tape earlier in the year? Do you see a team that was getting better?
That's not actually how I watch film. Yeah, we don't just watch the games. Oh, yeah, just watch the game. It's broken down into plays where, they run a certain route concept this way, and they run this route concept this way, and that's how it's broken down. Because you really shouldn't get too caught up into the games that they play versus how good they are here versus there, because everybody runs a different scheme. You know, like their defense runs a different scheme. Maybe they're doing things a little bit differently on offense. You know, maybe that defense found the formula to beating them. Maybe, you know, their offense found a way to beat their defense. So you really can't go game by game. You just have to really at least worry about just like the real, just how they, I guess, run their offense.
Is their offense much different than what you saw last year when they came here?
Not really.
Same. And just on the historical stuff, did you watch the 30 for 30, the Catholics convicts last year? I was just curious if there's anything you learned about it.
I did.
It was interesting to you?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Anything that you learned about it is like, I didn't know that, or something that really stuck with you?
I mean, the whole thing was a learning process for me. You know, I've heard about it, you know, obviously, but, you know, when they had the 30 for 30, you know, they broke down, like, the details of it and how nasty it really got. I was like, dang. But, yeah, that was something very interesting to watch.
I know what I wanted to ask you. After the game on Saturday, did you have a chance to, knowing that Miami was playing a night game, did you sneak a peek at the game last week?
Yeah, I did.
What did you think?
It was a good game.
Now, I was just curious. I know you were offered by Miami at a high school. Was there much interest there?
Man, I remember that they had talked to me for like 3 hours one day, trying to get me down there. I was just like, nah, I don't know, it's too far. You know, I'm kind of like a homebody. You know, I like having my parents at the games. You know, what if I got to get home? But they did show a lot of interest in my recruiting process, though.
So you never took that visit, though?
No.
Anything else for Nyles? All right.
All right, thanks.